Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. Hope all is well. Happy wonderful Tuesday today. Happy wonderful Tuesday. Listen, I'm taking a quick break. I'm gonna do my little walk real quick, and I gotta get back to the lab and get some work done because I got some big goals for this month, right? I wanted to take a moment out to have a conversation with you guys, right? Because the past couple of months, especially heading towards, because this is Life Insurance Awareness Month of September, right? I'm gonna say this, and I hope nobody take it the wrong way. And I apologize for breathing hard. I should have done this video before I started my walk, but I'm walking uphill over here in Federal Hill in Baltimore, and a lot of the homes here are pretty much, going uphill and stuff like that. But I personally believe that a lot of people out here have just truly decided to crash out. I believe a lot of people have decided to crash out in life. And what do I mean by that? Lately, the past few people who I've been meeting and having an appointment with, I've been in the upper 50s and above, right? And a lot of them don't really have any, and I mean zero, retirement savings. And the one that do have some, they realize it's not a lot. So they just decided to say, forget about it. I'll just enjoy my life, and whatever happens, happens. This is what I mean when I say they just totally decide to crash out. Because for example, I met with a young lady last week, who was a nurse, still a nurse, and she literally have no retirement savings, still fairly young. I believe she's like 60, and I'm going through options with her or for her, and she likes to travel a lot. She just came back from a 1 month vacation, going to different countries in 1 month. And I had to tell her, I'm like, listen, the amount of money you spent, if you were to put that away every single year, the amount you spend on these traveling excursions that you do. This is one of the beautiful landmarks over here in Baltimore. Let me spin this around for you guys. Okay, you guys get a chance to come down to Baltimore. It's a lot of, let me turn around again. Check that out, right? Baltimore's beautiful. It reminds me of England a little bit. Okay, certain parts of Baltimore. But anyway, I'm sitting here talking to her about the amount of money that you spend on traveling. You could be putting that towards your retirement, right? And her response was, oh, I gotta live my life, and if I don't have any retirement, I just don't have any retirement. My kids will take care of me, right? Two things about that. One, that's not a guarantee, because you never know the situation your children are gonna be in. Two, even if your children are able to take care of you, now you become a burden to your children where they can't take care of themselves. Okay, all the resources they spend towards taking care of you, right? So I don't even know why as a parent you want to put your children in that kind of predicament. So this is what I mean when I say a lot of people have just decided to crash out. And I always believe it's never too late. It's never too late to start saving. It's just an option. Do you want to or do you not want to? That's it. And I believe most people right nowadays don't want to. Social media have gotten a hold of people's lives so much that they're looking at people who are traveling and they believe they're missing out on something. And they believe they have to go travel and they have to do all this posting and share to people that they live in the same life that these people are living. And in most cases, these people on social media are full of crap anyway. Most of them are not doing the traveling you think they are. Most of them are not even paying for the trip that they're going to. Some people are paying them or flying them in. This is real talk. There's actually a young lady who where they find out like every time she do a post, she's always in first class or something like that, right? And somebody did a review on her, and they couldn't find out that what she does is, in most cases, she's usually in coach, but what she does is she'll make friends with like the pilots and the people there, and they'll allow her to come shoot like a video in first class, pretending like she's in first class, which is crazy. Now, some of y'all will see that and feel like you're missing out in life. Some of y'all will see that and feel like life is passing you by. And most of these people are fake. Most of these people are lying to y'all, and they're faking about the life that they're living. You know what I'm saying? I know people who also go on trips and they'll get, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give a prime example. I was in Georgetown last year during the summer, right? And this young lady, I think she's from, let me get the country correctly. It's not Russia. Oh my God. Anyway, it's over there in Europe, right? And I'm walking by minding my business, and she's like, oh, come on my yacht. I'm like, your yacht? You know what I'm saying? So she was well-to-do. That was our yacht. But I could have taken that opportunity and pulled my phone out and fake to the rest of y'all that I'm on a yacht. That's what some of these people do. Some of these people go on vacation and they get on other people's yacht and act like they rented a yacht or they leased a yacht, and they ball in life when most cases they're not. So some of y'all have been driven by social media, and you actually been driven down to the ground because you gotta feel as though that you live in this grandiose life. Sometimes when I go on dates with people and they pull their phone out and start to like take videos and shoot stuff, I already know there's not gonna be a second date. Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you can't put your phone down for a second just to be true to yourself and just to enjoy the moment, but you gotta post to people and act like, you know, somebody's taking you to a nice place and you act like you live in this life every single day. You know, this is what social media does. So this is what I mean when I say, how you doing? I like those glasses. This is what I mean when I say a lot of people have literally crashed out and decided, you know, oh, I just rather, you know, you only live once, you know. I'm talking to a few of my you know, agents yesterday, and they were all saying the same thing. I was like, you know what, you're right about that. You only live once, but don't be the lucky one that God give you long life and you live broke to the end of your life. You know what I'm saying? You only live once, but don't be the lucky one that God bless you with long life and then you're living broke. Okay? I want you to think about that. So there has to be a balance, but most people don't want a balance. Most people want to live a life that's not true. Most people want to travel, want to show everybody in social media that they're doing this, they're doing that, right? And it's all full of crap. Most people are not. How do I know? I'm in over 300 homes a year. This year will probably be a record for me in reference to how many homes I've been into, right? And most people don't have it like that. I'm telling you that right now. Most people don't have it like that. I know a lot of people who are on social media that have, you know, damn near almost like 300,000 followers or whatever like that. I've written policies for them. And when you look on the social, and this is not to put anybody out there, right? But when you look on social media, right? Okay, when you look at them on social media, you think they're living this grand life. You think, you know, these people's homes are like this, whatever like that. And then when you go into their home and do an interview or you do an appointment with them, and you be like, what the hell? You understand? You understand? So, you know, and I'm not knocking them. I understand they're marketing, they're doing whatever, you know, and that's their hustle, right? But the problem I'm having is people who want to live that life and they don't have it. So you want to live an imaginary life. Even people who watch Hollywood people. Hollywood has also destroyed a lot of people, where you have a lot of people that want to live like these actors and actresses, which to me is crazy because the actors and actresses actually have the money. The actors and actresses have the money to buy the Louis, the Fendis, the Gucci's, or, you know, the Pradas, Balenciagas. They have the money. They have the money to buy the Porsches. Okay? But we want to sit out here and we want to live. We make a little bit of money. We make a little bit of money. And we want to live like we're better than everybody. We want to live Hollywood. Is what I like to call it. We want to live Hollywood. And then you end up getting old and you have no retirement. Right now in America, the 401k balance in America, all across America, average 401k balance is $137,000. $137,000. What are you gonna do with that? Let me share a story with you. I met with a lady 2 weeks ago, and I'm real direct. That's the one thing about me, is I'm real direct. And she had 200K that she moved into an annuity, right? And she borrowed some money out of it or whatever, but she's entitled to. She's in retirement. She's like 70 years old. She borrowed some money out of it to do some stuff. I didn't ask her what she used it for, right? But I'm almost sure it's probably something. Anyway, and now she has, I feel like 170 something left, right? And she said, hey, what can you do for me that can put this money into an account and I can withdraw $4,000 a month all the way till I die? I'm like, what kind of math are we doing here? Like, because this is something you can answer for yourself. Like, I looked at her and I said, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because you don't have enough saved. You work all these years and all you have saved up is $200,000. Somebody's gonna hear that, hear what I just said and say, oh, you judging people? I'm not. I'm just letting you know what's going on right now in America. People are not saving. People are not concerned about building long-term wealth so that way they can fend for themselves during their golden years. A 60, 70-year-old individual cannot work 2 or 3 jobs to survive. Their body ain't gonna allow them to do it. You understand? A 20-year-old can do that. A 30-year-old can do that. Maybe even a 40-year-old can do that. But once you start to get to 60, 70, you can't do that. And that's the reason why they say you need to start saving money. And most people don't want to do it. I talk a lot about these home buying things, right? And how the world, the country, America, right, the media have convinced people that you must buy a home to be relevant. A home is the key to wealth, which is a lie, actually, if you think about it. I don't know anything that gets you to wealth that costs you so much money. I don't know anything that gets you to wealth that costs you so much money. What do I mean by that? If you buy a house for $500,000, for example, at about 6% interest rate, you're gonna end up paying $600,000 in interest. Let me repeat that one more time. You buy a house for $500,000 at about 6% interest rate, you're gonna end up paying more than $600,000 in interest, more than what you took out for the loan. So for a total combined that you have to pay back to the bank, a little bit over $1.2 million, $1.2 million. How can that be the key to wealth? It's a lie. It's a lie. But everybody want to buy a home to feel like they're somebody. Everybody want to impress somebody. And I always tell people, you got to invest. Our house probably comes second and third. There's nothing wrong with renting. As a matter of fact, I say this all the time. If you are a disciplined person and you rent from age, let's say 25, all the way to, let's say, age 50, right? Or even let's say age 45, age 25 to, let's say, age 45. That's 20 years, right? But you're disciplined and you've been investing in stocks. You get yourself all cash value life insurance. You will have millions of dollars by the time you're 45 years old. You can now pull from that money and go buy your house cash. which means now you pay no interest. And you still got a few millions of dollars left inside the account. Whereas most people do it the other way, and when you do it the other way, it robs you. How y'all doing?
Hello.
When you do it the other way, it robs you of your wealth because you're paying into debt. And when you're paying into debt, you can never build wealth. It's just that simple. There's nothing hard about it. There's nothing hard about what I just said, okay? If you're paying into debt, you can't build wealth. It's just that simple. So again, if you're renting, let's say you're 25 years old. Let's say your rent is $1,500 a month, for example, right? Let's say you make about, 25-year-old, let's say you make 70 grand a year, who knows, right? Okay, you got a college degree, you came out, you got a good job, whatever, right? And you're disciplined. You minimize your spending, you minimize the going out, you minimize the traveling, you make decisions to be wealthy, a few years from now when you're younger, right? Instead of working until you're 70, 80 years old, okay? You make that discipline investment. You're putting $1,500 away in, for example, in an IUL, for example, or index universal life policy. You're putting $1,500 away, right? From age 25 to age 45, okay? You're gonna have a couple of millions, and worst case scenario, 1.5. 1.5 worst case scenario, right? And you're still only 45 years old. You could take 500 grand out and buy your house cash, and guess what? You still have $1 million left inside of there that's still growing for you, compounding interest, right? And you are good compared to if you took your life savings at 25, 30 years old and you put it down on the house. Now you're paying a mortgage of probably $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month mortgage, correct? And then you're mowing the lawn, or you're paying someone to mow the lawn, or some plumbing issue might arise. Some people say, well, buy a brand new house. Most people can't afford a brand new house. That's number one. Okay, so let's go there. Okay, so, and then on top of that, even with these brand new houses, I'm hearing about all the appraisals that's happening that's causing their taxes to go up, which ultimately causes their monthly mortgage payment to go up. So listen, going back to my original talk, which is pretty much everybody have decided to crash out. Instead of saying, let me pump my brakes, okay? Let me call somebody and find out what I can do to put myself in a better position. They're not want to do that. They just want to continue to do what they're doing that's taking them down. And that's what I mean when I say everybody have decided to just straight crash out. Everybody have decided to just crash out. Okay? They don't care anymore. And at the end of the day, you're gonna lose with that mindset, because the only way you're not gonna lose with that mindset is unless God take you out of here before you get old. That's the only way. But if God bless you with great health, and especially women, the average woman lives to age 85, 87. If that is the mentality that you're living on, you might be in some trouble. Most men will pass away about 79, 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's still a long time, but they'll be out of here before they get old. Most women are going to live to like probably damn near 90. And if this is the mindset that you're adopting, it might not work out so well. It might not work out so well. So I just want to take a moment to have that conversation with you guys, because I personally believe like it's never too late as long as you're willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, then yes, it's absolutely too late for you. But if you're willing to do the work, if you are willing to decide and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to make some adjustments so that way, I can take care of myself when I'm older. Also, let me just say this. I think one thing that people don't factor in is they just looking at income to survive off of. But what about health? What about if you need assistant living? What about if you need a nurse aide? To get a nurse aide, to come take care of you, it's gonna cost you about 35 to 4 grand a month. Okay? An assisted living facility in the state of Maryland is gonna cost you about $100,000 a year. Okay? $100,000 a year is what it's gonna cost you. Okay? So it's beyond just saving to eat and saving to pay your rent or mortgage or car note or utilities or whatever like that. Health is also a factor. You understand? So when you sitting here and say, oh, my kids are going to take care of me, can your kids with their bill pay for an assistant or a nursing aide to come take care of you monthly at about 35 to 4 grand a month, every single month? I doubt it. I doubt it. If they now have to put you in an assisted living home, okay, can they afford $8,800 a month? I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay? So, at the end of the day, if this is your mindset, then I call this a crash out mindset. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I gotta call it for what it is. Okay? So listen, if you're watching this and you're one of those people who just say, bump it, I'm 55, I'm 60, I got nothing saved, it's too late for me. Yeah, and I'ma just live life. Yeah, you may wanna, it's typically the people that think like that end up living to their 90s. It's typically the ones who think like that end up living to their 90, right? So, if you're gonna have such a long life like that, you gotta figure out a way to save money and put money away so that way you can fend for yourself. You can retire. Nobody's saying retire rich, but you can retire where you can take care of yourself and not have other people be responsible for you and not have other people make decisions on your behalf. Because if your children have to make decisions on how you get cared for, it ain't gonna be the way you want it, it's gonna be the way they want it. It's gonna be based on their pockets. It's gonna be based on their pockets. And trust me, I do this for a living. Okay? I see parents who are mad at their children all the time, whether the children is not coming through for them like they would like, even though it's not the child's fault, because the child may not even have the money, or because the child may have their immediate responsibility to take care of first, which is their home, their children, their spouses. You can't get mad at your children for that. You can't get mad at your children for that. You just can't. Because you've lived your life and you have opportunities to do things the way. Listen, I tell people this. America is the greatest country in the entire planet. America have such a system that if you implement it, if you get the right advice and you talk to the right people, the problem is most people, one, don't talk to people, and most people, when they do talk to people, they don't take actions. I don't know how many presentations I don't have with people and they just disappear. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. I had a group presentation this past weekend. Probably 10 to 15 people. During that group presentation, it was, yeah, hey, this is right, oh my God, I wish I knew this, oh my God, this is so amazing. Come Monday, everybody disappeared. Everybody disappeared, but maybe one or two people that move forward, right? So I no longer believe people when they say, oh, we didn't know this. Nah. No. You just didn't take action. We are in 2025. You can't sell me on between your job, having people to come in to talk to you about finances, between on social media, between on TV, magazines, friends talking about it. You are not going to tell me that you're that far underneath the rock. You're that far underneath the earth that you didn't know anything about investments and savings? No way. You just chose to live a reckless life and you chose to not move forward. And I hope that doesn't offend anybody. I'm just a straight shooter. I just like to keep it real. A lot of people are crashing out. A lot of people are living a very reckless life that is going to come to bite them in the ass later on. And how do I know this? I'm in the homes every single day. And all I hear is, I wish I would have done. I wish I would have. I wish I would have. I wish I would have. Oh my God, that an insurance agent came to me a few years ago. I'm sure if I would have sat down with them, I wouldn't even need you to be here today. And you're absolutely right. And I tell the clients all the time, if you would have signed that paperwork 20 years ago for that whole life policy, there would be no reason for me to come to your house today. You might be wealthy. You might see, but people look at it as it's such a long time away. But that long time came anyway. I don't care how you look at it. You might look at it, oh my God, 20 years is long. I've been in business now for 16 years. It'll be 17 in October. It seemed like it was yesterday. That's how fast this train moved. That is how fast this train. I've been in business now. It don't even seem like, I'm like, yo, I can't even, it don't even seem like it's been 16 years. But when I looked at my first license, I'm like, oh my God. Yes, that's how fast 16 years goes. That's how fast 20 years goes. So listen, I hope this message reached the right person well. Okay, I hope if you hear this, you're open to sitting down with me. I don't care if you have $0 right now. There's always hope if you choose to make a move. There's always hope if you choose to make a move. Listen, if it's your first time watching me, and you like what you're hearing, I want you to subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. If you like what you're hearing, I want you to hit the like button. And if you like what you're hearing, I want you to share this with somebody who you feel as though may also need to hear this. All right? If you need to contact me and you want to sit down and go over a plan for you, if you don't have one, okay, you can always reach me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480. Or you can email me at evolve@titanevolutiongroup.com. Or go to my website. Go through the website, see what your needs are, might be in, based on what we have in there, and what's concerning for you, whether it's life insurance, annuity, long-term care, living benefits, whatever. Okay, and then just send us a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that website is titanevolutiongroup.com. Outside of that, I'll talk to y'all soon. Love ya.